Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Wow, today was a heck of a day for me, really. I woke up and I went to work early this morning, and I got busy trying to find some pet insurance for my cat because my cat's going through some troubles, as you might have noticed. I did my shift. My employer was very compassionate and understanding to get things figured out with my pet and my pet's health and what I can do to fix my pet, the disease, whatever it is that's chewing away at their face. I even went as far as starting a GoFundMe and asking for donations so I can afford Lucy's hospital and vet bills and emergency room bills and her medications, because we've already spent a couple $1,000s on trying to keep Lucy alive, and we still think there's a chance that we can keep her around, and I needed some help to make that happen. I was just beside myself. After I started the GoFundMe, about 3 hours into it, I've reached $1,000, which is about 1/5 of the goal that I'm trying to reach. And I was just blown away about the amount of support out there, that there's people out there that really care, and they're willing to donate to help keep Lucy the cat alive. And Lucy the cat's my best friend, and I love her so much, and she's saved me from myself on several occasions, at least 2 occasions. Lucy was there for me when I was in some very, very dark times mentally, and knowing that she was there and that she was counting on me kept me going forward in life and help me not give up. I won't get into details on what I mean by that, but I'm sure that those out there who know the power of a loving pet and what they can do to, keep you on the up and up and keep you from doing something stupid. Fortunately, I'm beyond all that now, and I'm not even considering that as an option because there's so many wonderful things happening in my life. For instance, I'm going to be a dad soon. If you're new to my channel, now you know that, and if you're not new to my channel, you probably already realized I'm going to be a father soon, and I'm pleased as punch and absolutely excited. I'm a new homeowner also. I just got done working on my house, actually. After my shift at work, I went over to go visit my cat, and I hung out with my cat for about 3 hours or so before Irina got home from her job, so we want to make sure there was always someone watching Lucy because she's kind of in critical condition right now. She's not in really good shape. And that's when I posted the video from yesterday, was when I was over there with Lucy, right after I started the GoFundMe, and I was just in tears actually on camera about the outpouring of love that I was receiving in the form of donations from people and all the kind things they were saying in support of Lucy the cat. So I spent some time over there with Lucy, and then right afterwards, around 8:30, I went over to my house, and my buddy Mike and my buddy Jonathan, they were both over there helping me out. They were putting good 3 hours with me. I just got home right now, it's like 12:30, and we just got done working over there, but Mike helped me pull out all of the carpet in the living room. I wanted to get rid of the carpet, and I wanted to evaluate how much it would cost to refinish my hardwood floors. I have about 400 square feet of hardwood floors that I would like to get finished because it's just gorgeous floors, and carpet's kind of gross really. And the carpet were actually pretty well maintained for them having 2 pets in the house, but I want a nice fresh reset button. I want a nice clean home. I've been living in a home that's kind of falling apart, to be honest, and could use some work and a little bit of love, and I think it has some mildew in the attic, which does not help my whole lung and breathing situation because I have allergies I've been in denial of for the past maybe 6 years or so, and they're really getting to me more and more lately around in this rental home I'm in right now. Anyways, I digress. We got done with all that stuff, and then my buddy Jonathan, while we were downstairs pulling up all the carpet and all the tack along the outside edge that you tack the carpet down. I'm not a doctor, I don't know what you call this stuff. Pulled out a bunch of staples and some nails. I learned about tools and things that will make it easier for you to pull nails out. We popped off some nail heads, but there's this really cool tool that you can put on the ground, and it's got a spring, you pull up on it and it smacks it down, and it smacks the nails down low enough so when you sand it, it doesn't mess up your sandpaper. If you know what that tool is, leave a comment in the description below. I'm curious to know if you know what it is, because me and the guy who had the tool, Mike, we don't know what it's called, and it's a useful tool. Anyways, Jonathan was upstairs and he just started going to town. He laid down all of his painter's tarps and he just starts throwing up all of my my white eggshell paint on the walls. I know white eggshell paint's pretty basic, but I'm a man of meager means. I don't need anything too fancy. We thought about maybe putting a tint into it, but I just want the walls painted. I want the carpet clean. I want the floors done so I can finally start moving some things into the house, because I don't want to start moving a bunch of things in the house when I have to do a bunch of work on it like that and play musical crap, moving crap around the house. I just want it all done, and I can start slowly moving things in and moving comfortably and just get rid of a bunch of stuff I don't need in my life, because who needs stuff you don't need? Not this guy. Anyways, we got done pulling up all the carpet off the floor, and then there was some like this tape and this tacky stuff in the center of the floor. Me and Mike couldn't figure out why it was there to begin with. A couple theories were maybe they used it to keep an area rug in place back in the day, or it was right in the center of the room, so perhaps it was there to keep the carpet from moving around as much. For whatever reason it was, we ended up having to scrape it off the floor, and I have to get back in there later on with some goop off or some Goo Gone or something to pull the tacky, sticky off of the floor, so when we sand it down, we're not going to be wasting as much sandpaper in the process. And if you watched my video last Sunday, I posted a video about strange coincidences and synchronicities. Like Carl Jung, he talked about synchronicities, where you, as an individual, the observer has these coincidences in their life, or these patterns that come out at them that are very meaningful for the observer, but are kind of nonsensical for other people. And for some reason or another, praying mantises have been popping out at me. And while we were sitting there sanding the floor down, not sanding the floor, while we were sitting there prepping the floor for the sanding, Mike, my buddy who was helping me spearhead this whole operation, started showing me on his phone, out of nowhere, photos of praying mantises that he took. It was just crazy. It just kind of adds on to that whole synchronicity thing I was just talking about a couple videos ago on Sunday, and I thought I had to share a photo of his phone, of him showing me a photo on his phone of the praying mantis that he saw. And there was a couple other photos, but I thought one was enough just to prove the point. So then all that happened, I came back to the house, the rental house that I'm in right now with a paisley couch in sunshiny, God-loving Detroit City. And I got back, and there was a couple of my neighbors outside, and they were hanging out talking, so I thought that I would just stop by and say hi, because I'm hardly ever here, and I miss my neighbors. I miss talking to my neighbors and being a part of this community. I love this community very much that I'm a part of, and I hope I can still be a part of it when I move into the other house. Anyways, the point is that when I got back home, I talked to my neighbors, and just a couple hours previous from when I arrived back home, they found this crate with kittens inside of it that was just abandoned on our property. Look at these cute little kittens. There's 4 or 5 of them. I think there's 5 actually. You can only see 4 really well in this video, but they have some food in there, and they're just being covered up with a blanket in the meantime to keep them calm. And these poor kittens, they need a home. And I don't know what to do about this. Maybe we can drop them off at an animal shelter or something like that, or maybe I can ask folks out there in the world if anyone's interested in a kitten. I don't know, it's not necessarily my responsibility, but maybe it can be my responsibility if I can find time to deal with it. But dang, they're cute, and I kind of want a couple of them, but I know that I should probably not do that if I'm having trouble keeping my only cat that I have alive and giving it the attention it needs, much less new kittens in my life. Anyways, folks, that's the video for today. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'm a mixed bag for those who are new to my channel. You never know what you're going to get. It's not just about cats and synchronicities and refinishing hardwood floors at a new home you just bought, or my pregnant girlfriend. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I post about a lot of different things, and this is kind of like a vlog channel at the moment. Eventually, I hope to go back to posting more about things that are interesting to me, such as philosophy, art, logic and language, comedy, all sorts of stuff I'm interested in. You can check out my playlist section here on my channel and figure out what I'm all about. There's lots of different things in there that I post about every single day this year, and if you check out those playlists, you can find something that is more likely to pique your interest than maybe anything you saw in this video today. So I'm very chaotic with my posting, but one thing I do consistently is I like to teach people this right here. This is an art form called contact juggling. And contact juggling is juggling while you stay in contact with what it is you're juggling. And I'm using a 4-inch acrylic sphere. We like using acrylic because acrylic is a little bit lighter than glass. And when it's a little bit lighter, you can get away with doing a lot more maneuvers that would otherwise be too straining on the wrists or the forearms, such as these isolations you see right here. It's a lot of fun. It's a good hobby. It facilitates good coordination, circulation, and concentration, good motor skill function, and I've gotten a lot out of it over these past 22 years of doing the contact juggling, and I like to teach anyone out there who's willing to listen and who's willing to learn how to do it here on my channel for absolutely free. So if you check out my playlist section, click on contact juggling tutorials, or even click on the circus and flow arts tutorials, because I also teach you a lot of other things like how to spin things on the tip of your finger, or how to tightrope walk, or even how to juggle balls and juggle clubs and all sorts of stuff. I teach you how to do devil sticks too. So yeah, go nuts. Check out my playlist section. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks very much for all your kind-hearted, generous donations for Lucy the cat. Thanks for giving a dang and tuning in and watching these videos. I know I'm all over the place, and that to be a successful content creator on YouTube, you want to have a dedicated focus, and I'm far from that. Being one who was diagnosed with ADD at a very young age, you can probably tell. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But the point is I appreciate you for even paying attention at all and listening to what I have to say and watching these videos. So before I let you go, I want to just leave you with a bit of words of wisdom or unsolicited advice, if you will. And if you've watched these videos before, you know exactly what I'm about to say. And if you haven't, here it is. Remember to never give up and to do your best and to stay true to you and who you are and what you stand for, and to be amazing. And what I mean by be amazing is to be the best version of exactly who you are. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very, very end. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one, or rather, you'll see me in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.